All right, well, if you don't know who I am, my name is Andre Pickens. I am Sam's fiance, as well as one of the creators of the quantum networking concept. If you've read the book, you would have learned a little bit about me in the book. If you haven't, you should definitely check out the book. But we'll get to that later. I'm going to give a little bit of a background into me so that you have an idea of where this information comes from. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about today's topic, which is how you can meet millionaires. Okay. Now, my background is this. I have been doing freelancing for approximately 14 years now. And freelancing, if you're not aware, is basically where I work for myself and I hire myself out to clients to do specific jobs for them, whatever they happen to need. Okay. And I've been doing that for about 14 years. For a really long time during that 14 years, I struggled a lot with getting clients and making money, really. And a lot of that had to do with the way that I was perceiving the way that the world worked. And so because of my perception of that, I had to get a new perspective. And so I got a mentor found me. All right. And for 3 years, I learned under him. I learned how to get clients and what it really meant to do what I do to being a freelancer. And because of that, I've been able to transition and from never having a job. I haven't had a job since I was 22 or 20. Yeah, 22 years old. And so, like I said, 14 years ago. So it's been a long time. But yeah, so I've been doing this for a long time, and I had my own companies. I'll tell you right now, running a business is not for me. Okay, it is not my thing. I much prefer being a freelancer and just helping other people with their stuff. But I've had my own companies. They had done pretty well, but like I said, it's not for me. And my last company that I ran fell flat on its face in 2019. So, and it's not because of clients; it's because I got bored and it just didn't want to do it anymore. So, either way. A lot of what we're going to be talking about here today is going to help you understand not only how you can meet millionaires, but the mentality that a lot of millionaires have. Okay. I have been able to live a life that basically has no responsibilities in it for a very long time. And I hope that some of this information rubs off on you. So let's talk about millionaires. All right. How do you meet millionaires? Well, there's a couple of questions I have for you before we figure that out. All right. The first question is going to be, why do you want to meet a millionaire? What are you hoping to gain from meeting a millionaire? If you could put that in the chat, that would be great.
I know what I want to gain. A new friend.
Okay. A new friend. There you go.
What about you all? Gina Tokes? Is it Tokes? Hopefully I'm saying that right. If there's anything you want to get from a millionaire or from meeting wealthy and successful people like that, let us know. What do you think? So they can invest in my business. Awesome.
Okay, you have a business? What kind of business is it?
Yeah, Gina's got a business. What do you do for business? Is it a game tournament planning business by any chance?
Anyway, I don't know why that matters, but okay.
Because that was what you did.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
And I was an event organizer, to be clear.
Yeah,
okay.
I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, I was an event planner for gaming events.
Oh, no response yet.
Oh, that's fine. So that's what I did, but I would absolutely love to know what your business is.
4 business. Oh my goodness.
4?
Gina has 4 businesses.
4 businesses. Okay.
Digital marketing, a bakery, a blog, and a podcast.
Okay, sounds like a busy person.
That's cool shit.
All right, cool. Now, which business do you want millionaires to invest in out of those?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, which business is it that you want them to invest in?
I wonder if there's a delay.
There definitely will be a delay.
Yeah.
There definitely will be. So, anyway, I'll just kind of continue here. So, that's the first question. Why do you want to meet them? Okay. The second question is, in what way would a millionaire change your life right now if you did meet them? All right. What would they do? What would happen? All right. And then the third question is, what benefit is it for a millionaire to talk to you?
It's the podcast.
Podcast. Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right. So those are the 3 questions that I would like an answer to. All right. Now, I know that we're on a delay, so I'm just going to kind of go forward. But if you have an answer, definitely put it in the chat, and we'll just move on. All right. So now, once you answer these 3 questions, this will help give you a better understanding of why you're even meeting a millionaire in the first place, right? But none of these questions actually matter when it comes to meeting a millionaire, okay? See, in fact, this was kind of a bit of a red herring. I wanted to give you those questions so you could start thinking, okay, why would I meet them, right? But the truth is, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter why you want to meet them, if they want to invest in your business or whatever the case is. That doesn't matter. Because what you have to understand is that the reason you're not meeting millionaires right now has absolutely nothing to do with what you're doing to meet them. So I'll give you an example. Most of the time, people go to networking events and then they hope to meet people at networking events. If you've done this, put this in the chat. Okay. You go to a networking event, you've got your business or whatever it is you want to offer people, and you're very interested in getting it out there and in front of people. But you talk to a bunch of people at a networking event and you maybe connect with one of them. And then after you spend that time connecting with that one person, what happens? Maybe they become a client, maybe they don't become a client. You end up using a lot of time to build a relationship with someone that may or may not be your client. All right. Now, when I tell people or when I ask people, why do they want to meet millionaires? One of the answers that I get very often is because a millionaire could afford my price and services. Okay, that's one of the answers I get a lot. Oh, it wouldn't hurt them if they were to give me money so that they could afford my services. Okay, but I want you to think about that for a second. If you're meeting millionaires because you think they can afford you, what are you actually saying about yourself? What are you saying about yourself? Okay, what you're saying is that you believe that you're too expensive for other people that aren't millionaires. And you, in fact, end up alienating a large amount of people that could probably afford you, even though they're not millionaires. Okay, this can be really damaging to a business. Really damaging to a business. And this isn't even just about a business. Let's say you're looking at a mentorship, right? You want to be mentored by a millionaire. Same principle applies. Okay, you could be mentored by someone that could help you get from point A to B, but you may think only millionaires can get you there. Okay, and that is a fallacy. Another fallacy is that millionaires very commonly invest their money. That's a fallacy. It's a belief that is perpetuated in society that many millionaires have a lot of investments. I can tell you right now that is not true. Okay? I can absolutely, unequivocally tell you, and I know a lot of millionaires, that most of the millionaires I know are not investors. See, what you're looking for is an investor for your business. You're not looking for a millionaire. Okay? Because investors can have access to capital that may not necessarily be theirs. Okay? So you're not looking for a millionaire. You're looking for investors. All right? Make sense? Another reason why people tend to look for millionaires is because, well, they seem to be better off in life than I am. They have all these wonderful things. Well, let me tell you something else about millionaires. Many millionaires actually don't live very flashy lives. Okay? The ones that you see on social media are the ones who actually aren't millionaires. In fact, those same people have to spend a lot of money to keep that image up. And then what ends up happening And you may have seen this. That person just disappears. No longevity. They vanish out of nowhere. So here's another question for you to think about. How would you know a millionaire if you saw one? How would you know? How would you know that a person you were looking at was a millionaire? Is it because they said they were? Oh, he said it was a millionaire. Oh, I believe that. Oh, okay, so they say it, but you don't believe them. Then they have to prove it to you, right? Well, prove to me that you're a millionaire. Why should they have to prove that to you? Most millionaires don't go around saying, oh, by the way, I'm a millionaire. Because millionaires don't think anything of it. All right? They don't think much of it. They're just like, oh, well, I happen to have some, money or whatever. But they don't put as much stock in it as people who aren't millionaires. This is something for you to really think about and digest. Think about this. Okay? Think about it. You wouldn't know a millionaire if you were staring one in the face. Most people wouldn't. Most people wouldn't have a clue. They'd go, oh, he has a Rolex. He must have a lot of money. You don't know how he got that Rolex. Someone could have gave it to him. Or he could have stole it. Or any number of other things. You have no idea. Oh, well, he's wearing these amazing shoes. He must be a millionaire. What are you talking about? Oh, he's got a nice car. He must be a millionaire, huh? What you're looking for is signs that someone represents what you believe a millionaire to be. So the reason why you don't meet them is because the only thing you're looking for is the signs that show you according to your perception as to what a millionaire is. Does that make sense? You wouldn't know, most people would not know a millionaire when they saw one. They wouldn't know. Wouldn't have a clue. Did you want to say something? You're nodding.
No, I'm agreeing with you, and so is Gina. She said there really isn't a way of knowing.
Nope, there's no way for you to know. So at that point, you're just guessing. You're looking and you're going, well, you know what? I think that person is a millionaire because they represent the idea that I have of what a millionaire is. Okay? Most millionaires I know, they don't wear suits. They just don't. Okay? In fact, they go out of their way not to wear suits. Because most millionaires that I know, they go out of their way to be as comfortable as possible. But you'd never know. You'd look at them and be like, well, that person can't possibly be a millionaire. Because when you look at them, they look kind of like a bum. They look kind of like a bum. You're like, oh, well, that person, he couldn't possibly have money. Why would you think that? Why would you think that? The truth is you have no idea what to look for. Now, you may go, well, okay, I concede that I don't know what to look for. But you're going to tell me what to look for, right? I am going to tell you what to look for, but it's not going to be what you think it is. Or you may think it is. I don't know what you think. See, here's the thing. When people look at money as a whole, okay, money as a whole is viewed from a state of necessity for a lot of people. So, for example, I need to make money in order to do X, right? This is very important to identifying millionaires because it'll help with understanding how they speak about money, okay? So most millionaires, at least that I have known, it could be different for ones that are everywhere else, but the ones I have known will never say the following phrase. I need to make X amount of money. They will never say that phrase. Okay? They'll never say it. What happens is people who aren't millionaires will say, I need to make. Because making money is a necessity to someone who is not, quote unquote, a millionaire. Now, trust me, there are millionaires, and I know a few, there are millionaires that are just as, needy with money as, we were actually just working with one. Not too long ago, back in over a year ago, almost a year ago, we were just working with a millionaire who was very needy and grabby about money. He was so afraid of losing all of his money. So they do exist. All right. But the thing is, the ones that you want to talk to, they don't say they need to make money. Okay? What you're going to notice is a very big difference in language. So most millionaires, at least that I know of, they tend to use this language. I feel like doing, or I feel like X, versus I need to do X. So I need to make money versus I feel like making money. Do you see the difference between those phrases? Right? That's just one phrase. To people who are incredibly successful in what you may consider to be monetarily successful, they don't go out of their way to fulfill their needs, okay? Because they started from a place where they knew their needs would be met. They knew their needs would be met. So they're not going around saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. In fact, if you speak with a millionaire and they say, hey, I'm looking for this type of person, right? That's not them saying, I need this type of person. You see the difference? I'm looking for this type of person that can handle this job. Versus, I need someone. You'll notice that the word need is not in their vocabulary. Many millionaires fall under this paradigm. If you want to know how to identify them, pay attention to their language. That's one way of doing it. Pay attention to the language. What do they say? And then, how do they refer to themselves? Or even better, how do they refer to money? I got a great example of this. Sometimes when millionaires refer to money, they don't refer to it as money. They'll refer to it as play currency or something along those lines. Something where it's not just about money. Okay? They don't refer to it as money. Sometimes people refer to it as a creative energy or creative force, right? Or something to that effect. Those type of words, that type of language. They don't refer to it simply as money. They will say money for the conventional sake of just having a point of reference that someone who doesn't understand they can communicate with them. But when you say, hey, and you use that language, that type of language about money, oh yeah, it's just a flow of energy or this, that, and other, you're going to notice a massive shift in the way that they communicate with you. They're going to be like, oh wow, this person gets it. Okay? Maybe they're not there where they want to be at yet, but at least they understand. So these are multiple ways that you can identify millionaires. The question isn't where do you meet them, because the truth is they're everywhere. They're literally all over the place. You can meet a millionaire at the grocery store. You can meet a millionaire at the playground. You can meet a millionaire rock climbing. You can meet a millionaire at the golf course, anything. You can meet them anywhere. The problem isn't where to meet them. The problem is your ability to recognize them. Because just because someone shows up at a charity function in a nice suit doesn't mean they got money. Doesn't mean that. Okay? Pay attention to their language. All right? Now, here's the thing. That's only one part of that puzzle. What is your language about money? How do you refer to it? Do you look at money as if it's a necessity that you absolutely need it? Here's a little bonus tip for you. If you constantly think, I need to make money, what are you creating? You're creating scenarios in your life where you need to make money. Things are going to just keep popping up. Maybe you've experienced this. Maybe you have experienced, okay, going through your life where you feel like everything that you do, all right, you're like, man, I just don't have enough money. I need to make more. Maybe you have had that experience. Have you had that experience? Have you had that experience?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And then I'm sorry, you want to say something?
No, I was just thinking about earlier how I think people really want to know where to meet millionaires because they think that'll solve their problems in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that just comes from like desperation.
Yes, it does.
And it's there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's an experience that a lot of people have had. You've had that experience.
Absolutely.
I've had that experience. But once you get past that that really desperate where can I go? What can I do? And you start to realize, okay, meeting millionaires is actually in how I navigate the world and myself.
Right.
And up-leveling my awareness to match theirs. That's when they just find themselves, they find you.
They find you. You don't have to look that hard. Okay? Yeah. You really don't. Okay, you don't have to go out of your way. When you get to a point where your awareness becomes, aware, where you become aware of them.
Tux said, yeah, Gina said, I think I'm at that stage. What stage specifically, Gina? And then Tux said, and let me know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly or incorrectly. I feel like I'm having a breakthrough now. My needs are met, but I constantly find myself asking for X dollars.
Yeah.
So you only ever have what you need.
You always see. Here's the truth that maybe you haven't seen in your life, but maybe you'll see it now. You always have what you need. You always have what you need. You always have it.
But never more.
But never more than it. Okay? Many people don't see it. They're like, well, what are you talking about? I need more money. But they didn't say you needed money, right? They said that you needed more money, right? But what is more, right? Think about this. Think about it. What is more? Okay? Here's a couple of phrases that if you said these to me, I would be like, go away. Okay? Number one, I'm trying my best. Don't say that to me. Don't say it to me. I'm going to be like, I don't want to talk to you. Why? Let me explain. And if you say this to most millionaires, they're going to look at you like, why is this person around? I don't want to talk to this person. Because here's a couple of questions. What is your best? Do you even know what it is? Have you ever actually had your best? Do you know what that is? Right? Like, most people don't even know what their best is. But it's just it's a platitude that people use because they want to feel like someone is understanding what they're saying. Right? Make sense?
Yes. So Gina said the desperate phase. The
desperate phase.
I've been doing too much to try and fix things, but it seems somehow it never works.
Yeah, you know why? Because there's nothing to fix. See, this is a really tough truth of reality, of life. Okay? We always look at our lives as if we want to fix a problem. We go, hey, we got to fix this because this is no good. But here's the problem with that. And you may have experienced this. If you are going out of your way to try and fix problems in your life, what you're actually doing is creating more problems. So then you got to fix those things too, right? Because what are you focused on? You're not focused on fixing the problems. You're focused on what?
Creating more
problems. Because when you go, you may have even thought this to yourself, man, when I fix one problem, another one pops up. You ever had that experience? Be honest. Be honest.
You think people are typically quite honest about that?
Hey, some people are like, no, I never think that. Like, no. It's true. It's true.
What would you say about making the switch from when you realize, oh, wow, I really only ever have what I need and never more than that, to entering that stage where you're like, I'm making money because I feel like it and it's flowing? Okay, that's a very good question. The word need is an intellectual word. It is not an emotion. Think about it. Okay? When you say I need something, you're looking at your external circumstances, so your bills. You're looking at your bills and you're going, well, man, I just don't have enough money. I need to make more money, right? So that's an intellectual understanding based on what you perceive to be evidence. If you want to make that shift, you have to get away from the intellectual understanding, okay? And you have to step into the domain of quantum network. The feeling of it. The feeling of it. You don't, see, the thing is, you don't feel a need. You don't feel that. That's an intellectual thing. That's your brain. You may feel desperation. Yeah, you may feel desperation. But you're adding meaning to that feeling and labeling it a need. Yep. You may feel desperation, frustration, depression, anger. You may feel all those things. Okay, resentment. You may feel that too. But that's
That's what you're associating with the word need. This is actually why the words want and need are so damaging to you. And you may not have known it before now.
Ugh, want.
The word want is so damaging to you. So right now, I'm going to give you exactly how to replace those words. Okay?
Write this down.
Instead of saying, I need or I want, say, I feel like. Okay?
Give us some examples.
All right. So let's say I need to make more money. I replace that. I go, I feel like making some money. You see what I'm saying? Very different. I feel it. Okay, do I want to make some money? Yes. Okay, cool. I feel like making money. I need to meet millionaires. No, I feel like meeting millionaires.
I feel like finding a way to go on a 2-month vacation. I feel like $1 million.
Right.
Yes.
I feel like this.
Exactly.
See, you see the difference in the language? You see the difference? It's a really huge difference.
I can even notice right now as we say this, and let us know if you notice this too, Gina and Talks. When you say, I feel like doing something, it's so expansive. You kind of just notice the space around you.
Yep.
Whereas when you say, I want something, it's restrictive and you feel closed off.
Yep. You feel very limited. Very limited.
Even my mood, I feel good.
Right.
Exactly.
You don't go, I need to feel good, right? You don't say that to yourself. But you say you need to make money. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're actually making your life more complicated by saying that.
So when you open yourself, like you literally feel the energy of expansion and opening, that is when you start to be able to notice opportunities everywhere that were there before. You just couldn't see them because you thought you had to do a specific thing, or because you wanted to do something, or you needed to do something. So for you, Gina, if you're looking for investors, yeah, it's a clear shift for sure. Exactly. If you feel like getting an investor,
see, is a difference.
Yeah. When you go to your meeting tomorrow, keep that in mind. I feel like getting an investor.
Remember this, okay? There's tons of investors in the world. You don't need that one. You don't need anyone or anything. You may feel like having them. You may feel like that. Hey, man, you know what? This person, I got like their vibe. I feel like having this person in my life. Cool, right? But it's not, I need this person in my life. Because then what does that relationship be based off of? You know what? Tell me. Go ahead. Say it. You know what it is?
Attachment.
Bingo. And where does attachment come from? The feeling or the attachment that you had to your needs.
Yes. So
boom.
Yes. We're at 32 and a half minutes.
All right. So let's go ahead and ask them, let them ask some questions. And if they are done, we're going to actually resend this out. We're going to send this out to you guys so that you can have this for your future reference. So,
if you missed part of it,
you can just send it out to everyone. Just make sure they get that so that they can also learn from this. We're going to be doing this every Monday through Friday. Every day is going to be a different lesson. Okay?
Throughout November.
Throughout this month. So, if you're interested, which you should be because this is damn good info, all right? If you're interested, definitely make sure to come to these because we're going to be doing them every day, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
So if anybody's got any questions, give them.
Let us know. And if you don't have any questions, that's okay.
That's okay.
You know what I heard? It was better to say, oh yeah, thanks, Gina. We're looking forward to see you. That's not what I heard someone say. That was funny. Okay, anyway. I heard somewhere that it's better to say, like, what questions do you have instead of do you have any questions?
That's fair. Because do you have any questions is a yes or no question. It's a closed question. That makes sense.
Gina said she can't wait to give testimonials.
Oh, well, hey, that's awesome.
You're going to be giving some crazy testimonials.
Yeah, you're going to be giving a few. You're going to be giving a few.
Yeah, this information is genuinely, life-changing is an understatement.
Yeah.
I think. Because when you actually realize the scope of what quantum networking is, it's a different way of living the rest of your life. This isn't just like, oh, 2022, I learned this new thing that I use occasionally. This is, in 2022, my entire life.
Everything. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. What questions do you have?
There you go. Putting the knowledge to work. Actually, let me blow your mind right quick.
Yeah.
Okay, let me blow your mind. Now, do you know, this may sound silly, right? But think about it. Do you know how knowledge works? Do you know?
Do you know how knowledge works?
Yeah.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking anybody. Do you know how knowledge works? Most people don't. And it's okay.
I feel like knowledge informs like your logic.
Interesting. Nope. Okay. I'm going to tell you how knowledge works. This may actually shift. I'm giving you, it's a bonus. It's free. Okay. Knowledge, you don't know anything until you access the information. When you're thinking about something, think about this for a second. Let's say that you're having a conversation with someone and then they ask you a question. Well, what happens is that in your mind, you search for the answer and then you may get an answer instantaneously, right? Or sometimes you may have to take a little longer to do that. That's because you haven't accessed that information, right? Now, here's the really cool thing about knowledge. Whenever you really know something, it's not an intellectual thing. It's a feeling. You feel that you know this for a fact. So, for example, if you had a paradigm shift today listening to this information, you know that this information is true because you felt it. You felt that, oh, wow, that makes sense. You could only have a paradigm shift if you felt the truth in the words that you heard today. You cannot have a paradigm shift with an intellectual understanding of anything. See, there's a difference between the word understanding, this intellectual, and knowledge, which is feelings. There's a difference between them. Think about it.
Facts. This is all about your feelings.
All about it.
All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. This is going to be about half an hour. Each day is going to be half an hour. We're not trying to like monopolize your time.
No, we absolutely want to do that.
So thanks so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you, Gina and Tox. And we will see you tomorrow.
We'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye, friends.